After months of delays in court filings, the two-day resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers is finally underway in Los Angeles County.
Erik and Lyle Menendez could soon learn if they might be set free after serving more than 3 decades in prison for the murders of their parents back in 1989. Both siblings are currently serving life without parole. LA County's immediate past district attorney recommended resentencing, but then his successor, the current district attorney, is against it. We have CNN national correspondent Nick Watt, who's been watching the proceedings. He's outside the courthouse now for us. Nick, what's happened so far?
Well, we have seen a little bit of what we've been seeing for the past few months, which is a little bit of politicking from the government side, a celebrity lawyer acting for the Menendez brothers, very lively in court, as he always is. The Menendez brothers themselves, as you mentioned, they are serving life right now without the possibility of parole. They are in a facility down near San Diego. They appeared in the courtroom by video link. They have not spoken so far, but we expect we might hear them. So far, we have heard from 2 of the Menendez family members, and they say universally the family has forgiven Erik and Lyle for what they did more than 35 years ago, and the family would like to see the brothers released so they can, quote, have a second chance at life. Now, the new district attorney, he does not want to see them released. Not yet, he says, because the district attorney claims that the Menendez brothers are still clinging to the lies that they told at trial, that they don't have really true insight into the crimes that they committed. And also, according to the DA, he worries that they could in fact be a danger to society based on a recent assessment of them done by psychologists. The family say absolutely no way. These 2 cousins who spoke said they would welcome the brothers into their homes, they would feel totally secure with them around their children, that they have paid their debt to society and they should be out. You know, the cousins also talked about what it's like to be family members of the Menendez brothers during these past 35 years. They talked about the family being the butt of jokes on Saturday Night Live and other media outlets. They talked about the intrusion, they talked about the trauma. So what could happen? They could be resentenced to life with the possibility of parole, in which case the parole board could let them out, the governor of California could let them out, or the judge could say, you know what, I'm good with the sentence right now, life without the possibility of parole, and the brothers stay exactly where they are. Back to you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Nick Watt, thanks so much for tracking that for us.
The Menendez brothers are preparing to return to court for a resentencing hearing that could set them free. Lyle and Erik Menendez are serving life sentences after being convicted of their parents' murder in 1989. Family members argued for the brothers' release based in part on a new assessment of childhood sexual abuse by their father. Last fall, LA's district attorney at the time, George Gascon, made headlines when he recommended a resentencing for the brothers. But his successor, Nathan Hochman, is fighting against it. And with us now is the Los Angeles district attorney, Nathan Hochman himself. First off, why are you opposed to the resentencing of the Menendez brothers?
So our position is not never, it's not yet. What we have said is that the Menendez brothers have still not ever come clean with all the lies, the deceit, and the cover-up that they've engaged in for over 35 years. Primarily, they said that they had a self-defense defense. They believed that their mother and their father were going to kill them the night of August 20th, 1989, so they had to shoot them first. We've shown through an extensive evaluation of the facts that that's a complete lie. They had a pre-planned alibi. They bought the shotguns 2 days before, and they made the hit with 13 shotgun blasts look like a mafia killing, which they claimed it to be right afterwards, by shooting the father through the back of the head, the mother through a point-blank range shot to her cheek while she lay dying on the ground, and then through the kneecaps after they were dead. Then they methodically got rid of the evidence. So we said that for the last 30 years, they have not come clean. If and when they do come clean, they'll be ready to be both rehabilitated and be resentenced.
As you well know, the family members say they have been rehabilitated. They called for their early release, citing sexual abuse as a mitigating factor. They point to what they've done behind bars, noting they founded a long list of prison programs, including ones for elderly and disabled inmates. I know as part of this investigation, you've talked to them. You've called the conversations very productive. Why was that not enough to move you here?
So the Menendez brothers are definitely on the path for resentencing. They have been very productive while in prison. But as a recent case that Governor Newsom dealt with involving the killer Sirhan, that's the killer of Robert F. Kennedy, who also is 77 years old. He had done all the rehab programs. He had been in prison for 54 years. The governor said that notwithstanding all those pro-parole factors, the fact that Sirhan had not shown complete insight into his crimes was a factor that outweighed all the other factors. Similarly, we have the situation here with the Menendez brothers, that though they have a lot of pro-resentencing factors, the fact that they have not completely come clean with their entire criminal conduct is what stands in their way. In fact, most recently, the parole board issued comprehensive risk assessments, which raised their risk level from the lowest risk level to the moderate risk level based on recent deceit that they've had while in prison over the last year.
I want to ask you about these new pieces of information that may be considered in their case. One is this letter Erik Menendez wrote to his cousin where he described sexual abuse by his father. And there is also an accusation that the father sexually abused a band member who their father had a connection to. Why don't you think those pieces of information should be used in the resentencing trial? Do you think that they're relevant?
So they actually brought those pieces of information to be used in a habeas petition to get a new trial. And what's very important to understand about the sexual abuse evidence is that when the Menendez brothers each took the stand during their trials and were asked, did you kill your parents, your mom and your dad, because they sexually abused you? The answer was actually no. What they said is the reason that they killed their parents is they thought their parents were going to kill them that night. So they killed them ahead of time. And that defense we have shown is a complete fabrication. It's one the Menendez brothers have never come clean with over the last 30 years. And if and when they do come clean and fully admit all the breadth of their criminal conduct, at that point, we will change our opinion on resentencing. And ultimately, it's the judge that makes the final call.
Forgive my ignorance if about this, but I just wonder, have you made an attempt to talk to them, talking to them directly? How do you know that they aren't acknowledging some of what happened and what you're laying out there?
So the Menendez, I have not spoken directly with the Menendez brothers, but I've read everything that they've written. I've seen every statement they've given to the TV and whatnot. Recently, in a 2024 Netflix documentary, Erik Menendez proclaimed that he had a self-defense defense as to why he shot his parents, persisting in a lie that has existed over 30 years. So again, the Menendezes have had numerous chances to come clean with all their actions. And if and when they do, they'll be ready for resentencing. We're just not there yet.
Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman, thank you so much. We appreciate it.